When Bitcoin was trading at $84,000, we have leaked to you the insider information that whales are selling aggressively. After that, Bitcoin dropped sharply, and in this video, I will reveal to you what's gonna happen next. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Simon from MyCryptoParadise. So 2 days ago we have came to a conclusion that after this ending diagonal completion we are going to move down. As you can see, that's exactly what happened. We have dropped by around 2.4%, and after that we have got this nice spike to the upside to liquidate some over-leveraged crypto noobs. How is this spike to the upside actually affects our ultra high time frame target of $44,000? For that, let's analyze what's going on behind the scenes. Was this a real buying volume or something else? So let's analyze what's hidden to most of the people. Before that, let's just remind to ourselves what we have been speaking about in the previous video, what was actually happening during this consolidation right here. So in the previous video, also 2 days ago, we have been talking about the fact that the whales, the big players, are forcing the short positions to be liquidated right here. What's the reason why have the whales been doing it? Very easy. It was so they can use the liquidity for their distribution activity, and this ending diagonal was just a beautiful opportunity to do so. So what I have told you in the previous video, I've told you that they have backed the Bitcoin below by these huge buy walls. The open interest was declining, that means the short positions been closing, and it created a nice spikes to the upside on CVD, and this buying liquidity was used by the whales to distribute their positions, and after that I've told you they will remove these buy walls, right, and push the price down. And as you can see, that's exactly what happened. They have removed their buy walls and the Bitcoin could free fall downside. After that, somebody got really scared, opened some short positions at the low time frame lows, but after that we have slightly start moving to the upside, and as you can see on the open interest, it's visible somebody closed a huge short position, and that's actually created this spike to the upside. So now you can understand based on this that this wasn't a real buy-in on a spot exchange. This spike to the upside was created by a short position closure, and as you already know from the previous video, if you haven't watched that one, really watch it. It will help you to become a much better professional trader, because if you understand the context, what's going on behind the scenes in the market, you can understand much better where to get in and where to get out. So to conclude this, when a short position on futures exchange is closed, it immediately creates a market buy-in, and that what created this spike to the upside. It wasn't just one short position, but it really just created this domino effects of liquidating the over leveraged short positions that been opened right here in the panic mode. So now you can understand that this wasn't a real buy-in on spot exchange that would somehow increase the probabilities of its continuation, right? However, it was just created by a big short positions closure. So it doesn't affect our ultra high time frame target of $44,000, and we will be talking about in this video other reasons why. So for right now, let's take a look what's happening at the current levels of Bitcoin. You can see somebody is backing out $81,500 with this huge buy wall right here. So Bitcoin is having a hard time to go through it. However, I do think after we have completed this impulse to the downside, we will have an ABC pullback to the upside, and we will retest, in my opinion, this $83,000. And there is multiple reasons why also, other than the Elliott wave theory. You can see that loads of long positions being opened right here at this level because it was a structure support, right? And they are now under water. I don't know why somebody would open a long position after this support was tested for multiple times. And as you know, when it's tested for multiple times, it basically works as a wall, right? The more you smash some wall, the weaker it gets. And usually 5 times is the rule, and as you can see, it sustained loads, but the 5th cracked doesn't survive and we have broke lower. So from the funding rates spectrum and from the volume profile as well, we can see loads of long positions being opened right here at this level. And then we started to move to the downside and loads of positions are underwater. So I do believe that it's actually clever to go and revisit that $83,000. It doesn't need to happen, but it would be nice to get some more fuel for the downside, because you can see on the VPVR, on the volume profile right here, there was loads of trading activity and it perfectly confluenced with the change in the funding rates. And basically what's gonna happen right here at $83,000, if we revisit that level right there, the long positions that are now underwater, they will be closing at break even, right? And the futures position the same way. When you close a short, it actually creates market buying. When you close long, it will create market selling, right? So it will add up to the fuel for a move lower afterwards. Also, this is a nice structure support that afterwards breaking to the downside. Right now it will be working as a resistance, right? So nice retest of this previously support, now flipping into a resistance. I think this would be a nice retest. It doesn't need to happen, but it would really help fuel the move to the downside afterwards. As you can see right now, the movement to the upside in this ABC structure right now, I believe we are forming the B before final C zigzag, is being on a low volume. That's exactly what you want to see, right? But I believe that because of the current open interest increase, we will be able to move a little bit higher towards that $83,000 and complete the idea that I have been describing right now. From the higher time frame perspective, nothing is changed. As you can see, this huge distribution happened exactly here. The retail provided the whales with the liquidity, so they have been able to distribute heavily. Right now we can see a little accumulation, so that actually provides the support for the idea of a retest of $83,000. As you can see on the spot exchange, we also have this volume profile right here. So also on the spot there was loads of activity, so the same thing basically works on the spot. Loads of buying right here, and because loads of traders right now understanding they are on the wrong side after we are retest this break even level, they will be selling their positions and it will fuel the move to the downside. What I don't want to see is some reclaimment of the $83,000. So for ParadiseTeam VIPs, we are monitoring the market closely, and if we will see that there is some real buying pressure going on that would suggest a price to move higher, we will take some profits on our positions. Right now we are staying the same as I have described in the previous video, also because as you can see on our website, the crypto funding rates, the accumulated ones, are still extremely positive. So not only from the low time frame perspective there are loads of long positions underwater, but also they have been opening like from the medium time frame, a high time frame perspective, much higher, right? So loads of long positions in the market, and if we start to push lower, they will be providing a nice fuel for a very smooth move to the downside. Let's understand the price action a little bit more by taking a look at our technical analysis. You understand that from $109,000, if you have been around, you know that we have been closing all of our long positions, we have been closing everything on spot, and we have changed our bullish strategy into a bearish strategy. And from the beginning, our major targets for this correction were $77,000 and $44,000. As you can see right now, we have already hit the $77,000, but because on high time frame we are actually creating the A wave, the first A wave of this zigzag correction in an leading diagonal mode, we have understood that we might actually go a little bit lower. So basically we have touched already that $77,000, but because the leading diagonal is subdividing itself into 5 subwaves and the 5th one is not yet fully finished, we believe that the A wave will actually finish right here at $72,000. After that we will have a corrective B wave towards around $91,000-$93,000, and then there will be the major move towards $44,000. After $44,000 the ABC correction is finished, and we will have a third third grand supercycle wave towards $240,000, ladies and gentlemen. You know this next ultra high time frame target from the previous videos, so that will be grand supercycle third wave, and we are looking forward to it. Right now, however, we need to understand that the ultra high time frame chart is bearish. The latest weekly candle closed exactly below our $85,000 resistance. You know how important this resistance was. I told you any new aggressive short positions that you are taking on a lower time frame as intra swing or day positions, if you place a stop loss about $86,000, you are absolutely safe. And as you can see, we have wicked out 2 times towards this level on weekly, and right now we have closed another candle below it. So very significant level that I have been talking to you about, and it's basically visible from multiple time frames. Right now let's shift our focus on the high time frame. This is the leading diagonal we are trading in. You know, from the previous videos, after we have completed the third wave, the strategy was the same: a retest of this upper boundary trend line and then move to the downside to retest the major high time frame demand zone and finish this leading diagonal. If you have been around, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This was our prediction, and I do believe that the fourth wave is right now finished and we are starting the final fifth wave of the leading diagonal. So if we are, it will take, because it's a motive mode wave, it will take a form of an impulse or an ending diagonal itself. For that, let's analyze the sub waves a little bit more accurately by zooming in into medium time frame. So as you can see, we are trading inside of this trade example that I've shared with you already when we were trading at around $81,500. I've told you we are starting the fourth wave that will take a corrective mode pattern, and we will stop at around that $85,000, and after that we will reject. I also told you where is the perfect stop loss, and as you can see, lots of people tried, lots of market makers tried, but basically this $85,000 is extremely strong, and every attempt to get a professional trader out of their short positions is absolutely unsuccessful, because we have been positioning our stop loss perfectly above this Fibonacci retracement level, above this structure. As you can see, beautiful stop loss at around $87,000 and a beautiful risk to reward opportunity. So this was the trade example. Obviously you have a different trading strategy. We have in ParadiseTeam VIP a different trading strategy that get us in and out of the positions, but this was the trading example where you can understand that placement of a proper stop loss and proper take profit target is extremely important if you want to be long-term profitable. So right now we have completed the corrective fourth wave. This one, fourth wave, I'm talking about this one, in the flat irregular pattern that I've been talking about in the previous video. After that, the fifth wave, because the C wave of a flat is made in a motive mode, that means the fifth can take a place of an ending diagonal, which it did, and after that we have started to create a new impulse, right? So I do believe that the higher degree impulse that will take us towards $72,000 will look something like this. First wave will finish at around $80,000, then we will have a corrective second wave towards $83,000 again, $77,000 as a third wave, retest of the $80,000, turning it into a resistance, and then the fifth wave that will be probably extended will take us towards $72,000, ladies and gentlemen. So right now the sub waves of the impulsive first wave, this one, is also subdividing itself into 5 smaller waves, right? So this was the first one, second one finished, and I believe third one is being finished right now as well. And we are, as I've talked to you about when we have been taking a look at what's going on behind the scenes, we are going to right now go and retest that $83,000 as a fourth wave, and the fifth wave will finish the first wave on a higher degree at around $80,000. So in the previous videos also I told you we are exactly at that resistance, we are finishing the ending diagonal. This is a perfect short-in opportunity if you are not in a position just yet. Because of the perfect stop loss, we have been saved from any wick outs that liquidate other traders. I'm talking about the wick outs created by closing a short positions, right? So you know that stop loss and take profit targets are extremely important to have a proper, it's not just about understanding where's the Bitcoin is going to head next. You also need to analyze properly the levels where you place your stop loss and take profit targets. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, if you are playing it safe, it's the best idea to place a stop loss to break even, just to be extremely safe. But it really depends on your past performance. Sometimes when you have a great past performance, you are in some winning streak, it pays out to be more aggressive. Sometimes it's better to be more defensive. Again, it's about your trading tactic at this particular moment on how you will be proceeding with your next trading ideas. At least this is how we do it in ParadiseTeam VIP. Right now, let's just quickly zoom in into our low time frame. As you can see, this is the irregular flat completion with the ending diagonal that we have been talking about in the previous video. Here also we had a confluence on a move lower, which it did perfectly. From the low time frame perspective, you can see how significant this $80,000 support is. So I believe it will be a perfect target for the first wave. And of course, the major target on low time frame is also that $72,000 right here, ladies and gentlemen. That's confluenced perfectly with the 1.618 Fibonacci retracement level and really help us to put some extra points to our bearish prediction. Also, let's take a look at our USDT dominance. You know that unlike on Bitcoin, on USDT dominance, we are quite bullish. Since here I told you we are going to go to the upside, and as you know from a basic understanding, when USDT dominance is bullish, that means crypto will flow from altcoins and Bitcoin into stables like USDT, and when it's bearish, it's going to be the opposite, right? Right now we are bullish, so that actually confirms the bearishness on Bitcoin, and the next resistance after we have flipped this one into a support, I believe will be right here at around 6.15%. We are starting to get quite some momentum, so this will basically complete the third wave in my opinion that started from here, and the subwaves are also formed in a motive mode. So basically 5 subwaves I think look something like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, and right now we will have the 5th one towards our Fibonacci retracement level right here, and it will quite well confluence with the $72,000 target on Bitcoin. Then we will have a correction and then we will continue to the upside, but about that in the next video. I'm recording every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. If you didn't completely hate this video, smash the like button, subscribe so you don't miss any new Bitcoin free alerts, and I will see you again on Thursday. Cheers.